we met. Still Kasana, keeping it sweet and gentle and soft. Supporting under your bony ankles and feet or underneath your pelvis. If you need support, use your props. To do another mute session. So just sitting in easy pose, resting hands where they feel good, resting thighs. Go. And only now beginning to organize the breath, adding a little height to your seated pose, making sure that your shoulders rest right over the tops of your rib cage. Drawing neither forward nor back. Composing yourself externally and internally. Bring peace into your body first, setting, aware. Bring peace into your breath. Just touch with your awareness the breath sound, temperature, texture, the source, the destination. Your body soft and relaxed. And then seeing about peace coming to the mind as we bring these things together, peace in the body and breath. It's not going away, it's going towards life. And in this space, let's add the vibration of Om, gently adding a little upright to your spine so you can get a deep breath in, stay relaxed with your eyes. And practice this in the way that you like, just listening or creating some vibration with your own voice. And then open your eyes and release. Feel the opening of the eyes brighten. And breath of fire to awaken the energy body. Arms up, thumbs up, shoulders down. Draw your navel towards your spine. Close your eyes a moment. Create that anchor in the low belly. 10 breaths without pausing. Inhale, exhale. Feeling free to stop or do it your own way, of course, with everything. We'll do 3 sets today. One more time. Give it a little more energy on that last in-breath. Find your real reach. Exhale, bring it down. Lean back, Navasana, boat pose. Go where you know you can do it. So if you're holding your legs or toes down or ups, it's all good. Okay, go into your boat pose. Be determined, strong and straight. 2, 3, wherever strong and straight is for you. 4, and 5. Lean forward, carefully come down out of the pose. Forward fold, just tuck in. Come back up and bend your knees a bit. Take your pelvis and tip it forward. So you just guide with your thumbs from behind, tip your pelvis. So you want the spine to be lengthened out. And then make your hands come around your legs or feet and continue that forward fold. You can slide out your heels to any degree. The body can be pretty tight in the morning. And just be really patient and gentle with any kind of twingy tightness. Don't push that. Just gently be right where you are right now. Not warm. And give it one more breath. Release your forehead towards your legs. And use an in-breath and come up out of the forward fold. Align your torso, align your shoulders. Infinity pose, crossing the right leg over the left. And so first we have twist. And then we have the side, the lateral movement. So long relaxed belly. Focus first on the twist, rotating your spine over towards the right side, arms outreached. Come on down to your hands. So adjust your hands so you have room for your arms to be straightish. And once you've breathed a few times, we'll roll to the side. 2 and 3. Just focusing on the twist of the spine. Relax a bit and add the roll over towards the right hip on the right side of the leg. Just roll over. Backwards. I'm doing it backwards. I'm so sorry. I just did it in a different way than usual coming in. So we should be going towards the left. So come on up and let's go to the left side for the twist. Settle. Remembering the practice is lighthearted. You might be very focused, but there's a softness as well. And rolling down to the side of the left hip, continuing that infinity shape. 5 more breaths. I have to catch my own mistakes since I am not in person. But I do feel your presence. Breathe out one more time. Just a nice sense of finishing depth. Come back to center. Other side. So we've done the twist a little bit. Change the cross of the feet. Twist a few breaths. Let this preparation inform your pose. See what happens today as you begin that roll over to the right hip. And see if you've got a little bit more length in your torso as you come to the side. Take your breath steadily. Stay lifted out of your shoulders with your head and neck, long neck. And one more breath. Back to center. Breath of fire, second set, fold it in. Find your foundation. Shoulders down. Exhale. Shoulders stay down. Meditate upon that as you take up your arms. Reach your thumbs. Take 10 breaths. Breath like a pump. Awakening energy body. And 10, release down. Long relaxed belly, sit tall. Right side seated twist, catch your opposite knee, look back. Include your head and neck. Breathe into any stiffness, any tension. Breathing up and down the spine. And letting your eyes softly gaze back. One more deep breath. Release back to center, exhale. Keeping the belly relaxed allows us to safely come around into twist to find that degree. So relax your belly as you come around. Look back, twist, 5. Include your turn back of your head, your eyes. Breathe. Mindful. And one more breath. Coming to center. Slowly exhale, release. Last breath of fire, arms up, eyes up. Exhale, bring it on down. Slow breath out. And then our new pose today, called Yoga Seat Pose. Preparation. Apply a cushion of your blanket here if you have sensitive knees. We're just going to come up in our easy pose to kneeling position, using your feet behind you. Take a moment, catch your balance. We've been doing a little bit of this kind of work, but the knees are a little wider than hip distance in your cross-legged pose. And then your hands come to your heart center. Yoga Seat Pose. Let your brain figure it out. Your body. Feel where you touch the earth. And just remember this one for later. Keep this as a variation if we come back to the cross-leg in front position. And release. Coming up to standing, let's flow through some cat-cow poses by coming to hands and knees 5 times. So arrange as needed, and then inhale, extension of the spine. Bring your heart and face forward lightly. Exhale, drop your tail. Press your hands around your back. Second one, nose gaze. Navel gaze. Carry on. Let it be therapeutic, each place compassionate, grounded. So with this extension, be kind, keep your low back rather neutral. And one more time. Cat spine. Try to bring your hips over your knees. Neutral spine, walk it out to heart chakra pose, puppy pose variation, where the hips are high. Sometimes they have us go back. So try to resist going back with your hips. Bring your head down. Spread your hands. Your forearms can come down if that gives you more support. For 5. Back bends can feel a little intense in the body, a little energizing. Ground yourself with breath. Focus on your exhales. And just one more time, patiently opening your heart. Carefully release out. Go back to child's pose, drape arms, squish legs, head down, soften. Breathe in the spaces between your ribs. And one more time, breathing out, Balasana. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward face dog pose. Hands spread. There's this readiness there, that push, a readiness in the feet too. And lift up your hips, straighten out your legs to any degree, and let your head drop down. Let your hands spread open. Maybe lift your fingertips off the floor, and then bring your fingers down. You can try lightly gripping with your fingertips and thumb tip just to awaken the strength of the hands and arms. If you ever need any finesse in a balancing pose on the hands, any pose on the hands, do that little finger squeeze. And then let energy come up the arms, down the spine, down the legs. Just compassionate and patient as you stretch out the back of your body. And holding yourself here with your whole body's strength. One more breath out. Transition to plank pose from where you are and back. Twice more, out to plank. Just try to be playful with it and back. One more time. Pike forward and go back into your feet. And this time walk it forward and take a breath out to fold in. Remember not to hold back. Stand up, use the strength of your legs, and furl towards the sky like a fiddlehead fern, and release your arms down into the sides of your body. Coming to a wide, comfortable stance, not too wide, just easy legs, so you can relax and ground your feet. And take your hands together in front. A moment to arrive, standing up. Feel the firmness of your legs, the groundedness of your feet. And then we'll weave the fingers, cross the thumbs, and straighten out the index fingers. Giving it a light squeezing. Just be very careful not to irritate any bones in your hands or thumbs especially. And give it a little squeeze, take your arms up. So you have your foundation. Trying to heat up your upper body, your upper back. So there's this energy of the low ribs coming down and together, and that helps ground your front rib cage a little bit. So you don't just swing into a back bend. This is a straight up pose. Be fiercely straight. One more breath. And then relax your hands. Draw 5 circles to the right side, your own speed, your own shape, your own size of pose, your own bendiness of knees. Do this in a way that feels good in your whole body. Take one last pass. Using the entire body, come to center, gentle squeeze, and come down. Stack your hands upon your heart and just pause for a moment. Returning to earth. Breath. This moment, now. First word of the Yoga Sutras, now. Other side, readiness, knowing what to expect. Weave your fingers other way, cross your thumbs. Bring out your index fingers, light squeeze, shoulders down, legs strong, low ribs down, arms up. You can add upward eyes if you like. So this is one of those create tension to release it poses. 2, 3, just the right amount. Check in on your last breath. Make sure you can be at peace. And then relax your hands and arms to draw the 5 circles to the left. Letting your knees bend to protect your low back as needed. Try with some straighter legs if it feels good and interesting. You know that you don't mind it. But it's all fine. Explore in your own way. Twice more around. That's it. Putting the brakes on is actually a great way to build strength. Squeeze at the top, exhale, come down. And step to the top of your mat, ready for Surya Namaskar, for sun salutation. Turn your hands down and just have that readiness from the earth side. You're grounded there. And then palms up, ready to reach to the sky. Sweep them up with an in-breath, bring them together. Exhale, bring them towards the earth, palms down. Touch the legs somewhere, bring your head down. One slow breath to extend into a cow spine, nose gaze. Exhale, bend knees, bring hands down. Breathe in again. And then take your right leg back, and then your left. Plank pose, Palakasana. Option to pop your right leg up into a tree pose. Option. Doesn't have to be any idealized tree pose, just bend that knee and release. Other side. Feel free to bring down the knees if you need to at any point. We patiently do difficult things in yoga. It's good for us to be strong. And release. Downward facing dog. Remember to lift up your fingertips, ground the palms of your hands, bring down the fingertips, and try reaching the fingertips into the mat a little bit and see how that brings the arches into the hands. And then go ahead and let your hands relax. And receive your downward dog therapy for one more breath. And flipping over your feet. So you're looking back there. Flip over your feet one at a time. And carefully come down to your knees. Pull back, child's pose, long arms. Walk out to the right side. Latissimus release, 5 breaths. So walk that left arm, use the fingers, crawl out until you get a nice sense of lengthening this entire side of your body. Head relaxes down. One more exhale, gently find space. Upward facing dog. Straight arms, the inner elbows rotating forward, the shoulders roll externally. Pick up your knees. If that's okay, remember your tail tuck option. Soft gaze. And go back to child's pose. Other side, latissimus release, walking out. It's this big sheet of muscle connecting the arms deep into the back. What can you soften here? Well, that right arm and hand are really sensing just the right place. We've got some sensation that you can breathe with. If you ever take a mouth breath, you probably are doing a little more. You should back off a little bit. Give yourself a little space. One more exhale. Unless you have a stuffy nose or something, so I didn't need to generalize. Come back to center, bow it down. Upward dog, 1 breath. So you might not even start breathing in yet as you prepare. Maybe start an inhale when you get your arms straight. Inhale. Find the shape just through that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, flip your feet back over, hips up, downward facing dog. Shift your weight forward to your hands and then step your right leg, then your left. Exhale, fold forward. Just repeat this shape again and again, a little easier each time. Up to standing. Let the hands reach towards the sun. And then flip over and bring them down to earth, into the sides of the body, ground. Pause and feel. So whatever brings you that internal stillness with the eyes, is it soft gazing, half open sometimes, meditative and inwardly rotated? Use the awareness. So you can really feel the energy of your body. Be present with that. This time adding the bend of the knees for Utkatasana, palms up, hips down, 5 breaths. Patient with fierce pose. A sense of receiving the abundance of the sun, of the season. And 1 more breath only. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale slowly to the forward fold. Bend your knees, place down your hands, get them ready, spread, fan. And then take the left leg back first this time, then the right. Coming to plank pose and letting the hips go over to the left side a little bit. Back to center and over to the right. Try it with knees down if you like. So core strength is so important to help with any back pain. 2 more on the knees or with the legs straight. Just a little movement is fine. And then bring down your knees wide. Draw back. Rest your elbows and your forehead down. Five. Come on out to your forearms. 5 breaths. Optional, add the tree. Use everything you've got. Other side, just come to your belly if you're done. And release down. Just let the front of your body lengthen upon the earth. Gather your legs together, so sense your big toes, let them touch. Feel the inner edges of your feet, and then the inseam between your lower legs, your knees, your upper legs. Mula Bandha, the navel center, and just gently start lifting into Cobra Pose. The heart center, the throat center, the space between the eyebrows. And the top center of your skull. Just gently sensing that whole center line energy as you hold Cobra, just lightly. Feel the whole body go. 1 more breath. Even if you do it lightly, the whole body's engaged in the back, so the front can lengthen. Now let's let the whole body shake out and rest. Do a little rock of the pelvis side to side. And a head turn to the right. Therapeutic, where does your head feel good? Relax everything. Coming back to center, Cobra Pose once again. Start down at the toes. Close your eyes or keep them soft as you feel the legs come together and activate. So your legs are very long and reaching, pointing the toes. Up the inseam of the legs, through the pelvic floor, the spine on the back of the body. Gently rise. Gently rise. And so if you have experience with rising more, you can change where your hands are, just keep your elbows in. Just rise up to your own degree. Don't hurt yourself ever. But also don't hold back from what you can do. Keep the legs active, keep the Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor toning. And slowly come down. Relax everything and the head turns left. Whole body relaxing. Back to center. Coming up to upward dog. So we press the arms straight with some determination and then draw the pelvis forward, gaze down, breathe in. Flip over your feet, downward facing dog, breathe out. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Making your way forward with that right foot first if possible. Fold forward to stay. Standing forward, folding, we take your pelvis and guide it forward, letting the knees bend to release your spine long. And then you can experiment with straightening the legs and take your favorite hand position. So the ones where you grab onto your feet or go under your feet, activate your upper body. So I'm a big fan. If you'd like to take your big toes or slide your fingers under your toes, just hold your elbows or your legs. So maybe we've been here maybe 7 or 8 times today, just passing through, holding a few times, seated. Becoming more familiar in our bodies today. Find a little uplift in your low belly. And let the calmness infuse as you breathe twice more. Bring your face towards your legs a little bit more if you can, or just think about it. You have to visualize where you want to go. Make your way up to standing. It's nice to use the legs and take the pelvis. Just feel your body, learn to work with it. Release out. And let's take a moment with Eagle Pose where you just wrap the arms instead of crossing them. So start with the right arm underneath the left and just do a shoulder hug. Just focus on your upper body. Let your lower body find easy standing. Don't hold back from this. Wrap your hands around your body. Feel that squeeze, one more breath. And release open, step out legs, start a pose, spread your fingers, stretch your hands a little bit. Earth gaze. Radiating the 4 immeasurables toward all beings, towards all things, towards all yoga poses. Joy, compassion, loving kindness, and equanimity. Release down, second side. Bringing your feet a bit and taking that left arm underneath for the shoulder hug. Wrap it up, hug it up. Bring the head down maybe if it feels good. Really hug your breath. One more exhale. Release out and open just the arms. And then with feet hip distance apart, we'll take the left arm and bend your elbow, come behind your skull. So just try to touch the back of your skull or the upper back. And take your right arm and just try to bring that folded elbow over towards the right as we come into a side bend, straight over to the right side. Your own degree. For 1. So we have the eyes steady, the breath steady, the feet grounded, legs strong, core lightly engaged. And that is how we can find peace, steadiness. And slowly come out of your side and release down your arms. So every time we move the arms up, we help warm up our upper back. So start with arms up for the other side. Bend your right elbow to come behind your skull or your neck. But don't try to come just on your spine in the center. Use your other hand to guide the elbow towards the left side and then over to side bend. For 1. Use your resources. And 1 more breath out for 5. And release slowly out of side bend. Release down your arms and let the shoulders roll into neutral. Triangle pose with the left foot forward. Step out, not too far. It's a legs length. We all have our own legs. Just give that a pause. Look down. Reach your arms with energy. Breathe in. Over and down, slowly, slowly. Really put the brakes on. Feel that strength as you come over, draw upon your navel towards your spine energy. And then ground your hand or not today. If you want to resist, just keep the arms reaching. Let your head turn up. 5. So feel how much more you rely upon your legs and core without that hand. But it's right there if you need it. 1 more breath. And come straight up and keep reaching that front arm straight up towards the sky. A little lateral lengthener. 2, 3. Hug your back leg with your arm and hand. 4. 1 more breath. And 5. Release, top of mat. Having these little pauses and spaces. Come back again and again. Breath. Triangle pose with the right foot facing forward. Angling your back foot and giving a moment to think about your legs and how long they are. In a total non-judgmental way. They're just perfect for you. Reach them out. Energize with an inhale. Exhale, navel towards the spine first. Just find that energy below the breath as you come over. Come on down slowly. Land if you would like, or resist by not landing. Just have your hand floating today. 2. Turn your head towards the sky. 4. And just 1 more breath. Exhale for 5. Breathing in, come up and just reach that front arm straight up. The other arm just wraps behind and rests. Whenever we're going up, we can always take a counter gaze of downward eyes. Helps us keep a long neck. And release. Exhale. Turn out to the side on your mat, facing the left. Bring your toes out toward the corners of your mat and let your knees follow. And then straighten out your left leg, bend your right. Try to stay pretty upright today as you go from side to side, as deeply as it feels good. So instead of that bow forward, I'm going to try to do a different pattern of staying upright, upright. Keep your eyes at horizon level or mid-level. Horizon is down at this point. One more time each way. Find center and swing your heels out. So rotate on the balls of your feet to your wide standing fold, forward fold pose. And exhale, hands down the legs. Bend these as needed, that tip of the pelvis forward, and taking the hold of the ankles or big toes. Forward fold with wide legs, 5 breaths. So if you're catching your big toes, draw your elbows towards your knees. Nice uplift in low belly, working against gravity. And exhale. And bring down your hands and make your way back to downward facing dog. Just walk your legs back until you're in downward dog. And then come down to your knees. Have your blanket, if you would like cushioning, under your knees. And we're going to do a little bit of a flow and then a hold. So let's see, readiness. We're going to take the left hand and place it behind your skull. So you have a bent elbow, and we're going to do elbow to elbow. If we're coming into threading the needle pose, elbow and open out. Do that 4 more times. Elbow to elbow and slowly open out. 3, 2, Ground into your feet. Find your whole range of motion one more time. Come to neutral release and come up to kneeling position. Just keep your palms towards your body or away from your body, palms back, and just catch your hands behind. And if you'd like to practice leaning back, just let yourself go straight back a little bit. Just a little soft, playful leaning back. And release back out to your hands and knees, second side. Elbow to elbow, open out 5 times. Elbow to elbow, open. Just find your own range of motion here. A little tone in the lowest belly helps you keep your abdominals strong as you support yourself here. Just one more time. Release and come up to kneeling again. Repeat, leaning back with your hands together or taking Camel Pose if it's in your practice. It's nice to learn it with some support if you're not sure about going back into it. But we want to try to keep the pelvis over the knees and lift up your heart, lift your rib cage. So here we don't lean straight back. We keep the hips forward. Take 5 breaths where you can work with it. Lead with your heart to come out. Head comes last. And counter pose. Forward fold, seated. And from wherever you are, just bring your folded left leg to the top of the mat and swing your back leg behind you for Pigeon Pose. Optional to come to figure 4 on your back, lying back, crossing into that shape. So the folded knee hinge, trying to come to the top of your back leg. Use your arms and hands for support as you try to square your hips towards the front of the mat. So you may just attend, make sure your back kneecap's okay. Try not to stickle your back foot, so you can give it a look back if you like. And you may walk forward and come down if you want to any degree. Let's take 5 more breaths. Meditative. Four. And 5. Second position, just more upright, continuing to walk the hands in. Remember to add a little tail tug energy here if you need it, as opposed to a back bend. Bend your back knees, your foot comes to your head, and then reach up and back with your skull. Creep a downward gaze. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Second side, optional up dog, down dog between, or just come to seated, forward fold, and come into the second side. Holding in the knee, straightening the other leg back behind, and trying to square your pelvis towards the front of your mat. Use your upward dog arms just to Give yourself that strength, learning that rotation in the shoulders. Close your eyes, check on your kneecap, check on your foot, maybe just a little look back for straightness. And then we want to let it relax forward and down to any degree. Hold yourself in a place where you can breathe well. Releasing any stuck energy, any tightness, any stiffness. Just allowing the freedom of flow. Merge with the river of your breath. One more exhale. Second one. It's enough just to walk back your hands. Maybe check in with that a little tail tuck. And then adding the bend of the back knee towards with the foot towards your skull. And lengthening the rest of yourself up and back. So you're trying to circle back and touch your foot. Wherever you are with that, keep a downward gaze. Use your whole body. And release, exhale. Downward dog or child's pose. What do you feel like? Downward dog gives us this chance to just stretch out from the hips again. If you would like to stretch out each leg. Find a little space in your hip joints after that compression. And coming through, sitting down, and lying down. Rest in your bridge, just supported. Bring your knees over to the left side. Bring both your arms over as well. So you can use your blanket underneath your head here, like for a little lift for your shoulders. This is just that opening out twist. We'll do it a few times to just experiment with opening out. So if your shoulder needs some cushioning or your head needs support, just try that a few times. Open out. Feel how your arm connects deep into your body. One more time. Open out and stay. So let yourself come to that open out twist and hold it open, relax. Your legs can just be how they feel good over to this side. You can bring one knee higher, wherever the legs feel good. I protect a little space between my knees here with my foot. Whatever you need to do to support your body. Relax and breathe. Taking very, very little effort, almost no effort to be here. Breathing out. Returning to center to do the other side. So just carefully roll over to your other side. And just make sure your shoulder that's underneath you is just tucked under and cushioned enough so your arm can extend out. Hands come close together and then open out. So you don't have to come all the way to your hand each time. Just open all the way out as much as possible. Keeping your knees both over on the right side. Third one. Fourth one. Letting these flow one into the other. And last one, open and stay. Settle and stop moving. Relax and enjoy your breathing. Coming back to center gently. And for an inversion and in pose today, the snail pose is like Karna Vinyasana, where you take your ears onto the sides of your head, like plow pose with the hips up. So options are to bring your legs up onto a wall or into the air, to bring yourself into a happy baby pose. So maybe just keep working in and see where you want to hang out. I'm going to move so my skull is on my mat. Centered skull, the neck is off the floor. So you may stay, or if you'd like to continue to roll up your spine, lift your hips off the ground. Carefully and gently bring your legs overhead, keeping your face right up towards the ceiling. And then bring your feet down and let your knees bend. And bring your arms down to the earth. And this is the yin style. So wherever you are working with this, just hold still and relax. Let go of holding yourself. Just let your energy lines be awakened. Remember that you can always come out. If it becomes too much, if you're finished, you can come out. But be patient. Open-hearted towards the teachings of each pose. From wherever you are, let your next breath out be the beginning of releasing your spine down. Bringing in your knees. Drawing up to seated and bringing your feet together, knees apart. And then coming back to your hands to heart lift pose. Or if you'd like to come back to fish pose, to go to your elbows, lift up your heart. Keep your head comfortable here so we can all practice a version of fish pose without taking the head back. It doesn't work for everybody. And if you'd like to try taking your head back, add a couple breaths of that. Let the muscles in the front of your neck release. And then lift your heart, bring your head last, bring your spine down from where you are and stretch your legs and arms out to the sides. And with practice, we can land in our Shavasana like we come into our downward dog or a triangle with pretty much in the place where we are, where we're okay. But do take a moment here to attend if anything is having trouble releasing. So if your sacrum talks to you a lot, we did a lot of practice that involved the sacrum. So sometimes just a little cushioning or a little adjusting of your pelvis, your low back. Just allow that feeling of freedom in the sacrum, grounding there. Relax completely. Feet and fingers. Letting go of the muscles subtle and not so subtle. look again. What you have never noticed about the toad probably is that his tongue is attached not to the back of his mouth, but the front. How far it extends when the fly hesitates on a near enough leaf. Or that his front feet, which are sometimes padded, hold 3 nimble digits. Had anyone a small piano small enough, I think the toad could learn to play something, maybe a little Mozart, maybe inside the cool cellar of a sandy hill. And if the eyes bulge, they have gold rims. And if the smile is wide, it never fails. And the warts, the delicate uplifts of dust-colored skin, are neither random nor suggestive of dolor, but rather are little streams of jewelry in patterns of espousal and pleasure, running up and down their crooked backs, sweet and alive in the sun. Allow yourself a process of transition between resting. Just observe your rest for a minute before you change anything. Detached observation. And then move towards your seated pose once again. Tucking yourself in to Sukhasana, or just trying to bring one of the legs up into half lotus pose if it does not harm you. If you have practiced this. And then just for a moment, let's visualize balancing on the knees. We're going to try it again another time. Just imagine yourself balanced up on your knees with your legs like this. Bring your hands to center. Focus on holding the body just so. And then let yourself land happily back into your hips without moving. Just take one more breath. Empty, empty. Thank you. And thank you to Mary Oliver for the poem called Look Again from Why I Wake Early. I hope that you all feel good and you have reduced any stiffness in your back. Have we reduced some stiffness in your mind and heart as well?